In the world of cycling, the reigning Tour de France champion is always the centre of attention. Chris Froome is no exception, although of late the glare of the spotlight may have been a little too harsh for his liking. Increased media commitments, as well as his frosty relationship with teammate and fellow Tour winner Brad Wiggins, and questions over a doctor's prescription at the Tour de Romandie have threatened to divert attention from the job at hand, defending his title.
Certainly made things a bit more challenging, and definitely more requests on my time, more off the bike. I think I've got to keep in mind that in order for me to carry on winning, or carry on doing especially what I'm hoping to do, which is to go on and carry on targeting the Tour de France, I'm going to have to stay focused and make training my absolute #1 priority.
Yet not even Froome would have imagined he'd be the focal point for all this attention now. His breakthrough came in 2011 after finally discovering a serious tropical illness that had left him with poor health. The Kenyan-born rider climbed to a runner-up spot in the Vuelta a España, ridden in support of Sky's leader, Wiggins.
Building up to that, there were a lot of things that fell into place just at the right kind of time, #1 was being healthy. I got rid of the water parasite that I was carrying, Bilharzia. 2, I'd lost quite a lot of weight, at least 2 kilos of my race weight. 3, I was given the job to look after Brad in the mountains. That kept me in that front group and allowed me to save myself for that last part of the race.
That performance wasn't the only indicator of his potential, as one of Team Sky's former coaches, Bobby Ewing, discovered.
He wanted to be there to see the efforts I was doing, to check that I was doing them correctly, and saying to me then, post efforts, post-workout, just saying, listen, Chris, these numbers, what they are on paper means that you should be climbing with the best in the world. But when you get to the races, you're not. So there's some disconnect here. Something's not happening. So what is that, and how can we rectify that? And a lot of it boiled down also to confidence, believing in myself, and being able to play those cards at the right time, not attacking too early.
Now Froome is working with the team's head of performance support, Tim Karason, the sports science guru widely credited helping Sky land back-to-back tours.
He is the brains of all the training we do. He is very much a numbers man, but at the same time, I think he's learned incredibly quickly how to translate that into real sort of cycling on the road. And I certainly feel that we're seeing the benefits of that now.
Team Sky's scientific approach isn't one necessarily favoured by the purists, but Froome denies it's turned GC contenders into robots.
I mean, the numbers are certainly one thing, and it's a great training aid to have the numbers to be able to hit certain goals and to measure where you're at. But when you're in the race, it's certainly not a case of, okay, I'm going to now attack at 600 watts or whatever. It's if I attack with everything I've got.
Froome will certainly need to attack with whatever he's got at this tour. The pretenders to his throne are strong this year.
Well, something I think we've seen from Alberto Contador and Vincenzo Nibali is that they both don't give up ever until they've crossed that last finish line, and I'm expecting a huge battle, as always, with at least those 2 guys. Not to say that there won't be other people knocking on the door also for that top spot, but at the moment, those are the 2 who I see being my biggest rivals at this point.
A start in front of British fans will no doubt lift Froome, but there are some stern tests after crossing back to France, particularly on stage 5, where Sky will have to try and control the uncontrollable. Cobbles
are always going to be an uncertainty, especially in a race like the Tour de France, where the pressure is absolutely on for that stage. If you lose time there, you could lose minutes. It's always the uncertainty of what's going to happen in the sense of who's going to puncture, who's going to crash right in front of you.
Should Froome and all of his rivals come out of northern France unscathed, the real battles will start in the Alps, and from there it could go right down to the wire.
Looking at the race in general, we've got more mountaintop finishes than we had back in 2013, so I mean it's very much going to be a climbers race, despite the fact that we've got a 50+ kilometer time trial on the penultimate day before the Champs-Élysées. It's going to make the race really interesting. I think we're going to see a big battle in the mountains, and the race will be won or lost in the mountains, but with that final time trial, it's going to, whoever's in the lead then has to be able to time trial to be able to hold on to that lead. So it's panning out to be, it's going to be a good fight this year.